President Trump doubled down on American-made. Yesterday, the president announced a new $500 million collaboration between Merck, Pfizer, and Corning. They will manufacture a new kind of glass for injectable drug vials. The project is expected to create nearly 1,000 U.S. jobs, with the potential for even more hiring down the road.
This announcement reflects a central theme of my administration, that when we invest in America, it's a win for our companies, our workers, and our nation as a whole. Every day we're fighting to bring back our jobs, to restore our industry, and to put America first. Or, as you've heard, make America great again. That's exactly what we're doing.
All week, the president has been hosting business leaders from across the country as part of the White House's Made in America initiative. On Wednesday, the president held a roundtable discussion talking about how the administration will protect the Made in America label. Joining us right now is one of the business leaders at that meeting, Okabashi Brands President Kim Diane Falkenhayn. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, Kim.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it was great that you were at that meeting at the White House. What was your takeaway from that roundtable?
My takeaway is that this administration really cares about the Made in America initiative. It was amazing to see how much they care about it and how much of a priority they're putting on Made in America and supporting the companies that are manufacturing here.
How are they supporting? I mean, what do you want to see come out of this White House in terms of support for Made in America?
So we had a roundtable discussion, and it was focusing a lot on some of the challenges that we see as American manufacturers. Okabashi, for example, we produce shoes, comfort footwear, flip-flops and so forth, up in Beaufort, Georgia, and the footwear industry has almost completely left the United States. So we are one of the very few that are still making shoes here in the U.S., and they are looking into whether there should be an official certification process for Made in the USA. So there are a lot of claims that could be a little bit misleading, if not outright false, about where products are made. So for those that really are made in the U.S., they would like to give us the ability to go and say this to the consumer in a way that they'll know for sure that we are.
Yeah, because Kim, it's Dagan McDowell. A lot of sometimes the shoes, just as an example, are assembled here in the United States, but a lot of the components, or if not most of them, are made overseas. Is that your issue?
That absolutely, yes. So one of the big problems is that there's not one set standard. Some retailers operate by one standard versus another. You can easily, your product labeling could be very misleading if you just say it's assembled in the USA, or you could even outright say it's made in the USA. And since there is no one federal standard to go by, that could definitely be misconstrued by the public.
Kim, this is Catherine Rivera here. I have a question with regard to unit labor costs. How do you compete when it's so much cheaper in terms of labor costs in Mexico or in China?
You're absolutely right. It is a lot cheaper labor costs. We have to be very, very efficient. And that's something that we've done for a long time. We at Okabashi, we use a material that is completely recyclable, so virtually no material from scrap. Even if we do make a bad shoe in the process, we're able to grind it and reuse it. So we're not wasting anything. We have to be very lean, which also makes us green because we are using a recyclable material. But being lean is something that it's just a part of our DNA.
Kim, Andrew Peak, your shoes are advertised as being 100% vegan. How is that possible? And how critical is that to your success?
I like that.
It's a small market, but it's I would say that it's something that's really great for us to be able to talk about, and because they're not based on leather, they are a molded footwear, which is also great because we can have that really molded ergonomic footbed that our customers absolutely love. But The material that we use utilizes a bio-based material in it, so it is vegan friendly. There are no animals harmed in the making of our shoes.
Now, I'll just raise the issue of being a vegan. When you say that out loud, even our viewers sometimes, somehow they think that's a political statement. I'm like, no, it's not a political statement. It has nothing to do with how I feel about politics or finances in this country. But, Kim, is part of the equation, though, particularly with Made in America shoes, and I think about, say, a lot of boots that are made here in the United States, that if you provide craftsmanship, that these manufacturers can pass on those higher costs to customers?
Absolutely, yes, and that's the reason that a lot of our customers really love our products is because once they buy them, they realize they're not a disposable flip-flop that you buy and you throw away at the end of the summer like we've become accustomed to. We're not a throwaway product. We have products that have been in the hands of people for a very long time. We offer a 2-year guarantee, but even that is almost silly because we have so many people who have had them a decade or more. In fact, a young man from the Navy walked up to us while we were at the White House event and said, I have a pair and I've had it for 7 years. And that's just fantastic to hear from our customers.
That's a nice story, Kim. Great to have you on the program. Thanks so much. We'll be watching the developments.